Hello, this is Angelic Master. Today we're gonna be putting some cards in the second half of the video. The first half of the video, we'd like to together find out which card this is gonna be, because it's gonna be a reverse knight. Like I already said, I had almost a full 96 magic card deck, where you cannot reverse them, but you can have laid down, for example, both the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles reversed in the same spread. So what we're gonna do today is, I got this one, and this is the first card I ever have now. This is the beginning of it all. It looks like this. And we're gonna find out which, let me check, which reversed court card should this be, but I feel like it should be a knight because of the cowboy theme and all that. I think it's great. I think it's great for one of them. So, but I'm unsure about it. And later we're going to be using the cards and stuff. Oh, I'm seeing the three of cups here. So this is already up to a great start, right? What's at the beginning? Seven of Swords. Okay. So bear with me. We have this card. It's going to be one out of how many court cards are there? 18, and then there will be. Yeah, May's right. 2 times 16 is 32, plus four additional ones, it's 36. 36 court cards, right? So I had here Knight reversed. I got to write down 2 of them. Really, I wanted it to be Knight of Wands reversed, because she symbolizes the likely departure, the likely arrival, or more likely departure of something that sets your world ablaze. You can see he's running from a bunch of people and all that shit, right? So the card is called Collective Defiance. So I thought like it could be a knight. It can be a king, but let's get back to that later. Which I already actually also decided upon, but we're gonna do it together. This is just the purpose of the video. Is some videos I will be figuring out why an individual card should be what it is. We got the knight reversed, but I got to the cups and the swords. And we have here knight reversed, cups, Knight of Cups reversed, the dark essence of water behaving like fire, such as flash floods, and then I have for more notes that I haven't written here. Deceptive charm in the service of intense insecurity and rapidly shifting moods, selfishness, indolence, and a complete lack of maturity, misguided idealism, divorced from practicality, destructive romantic passions and infidelity. Note, worst love offer in the game, the karmic, not intuitive, right? Because he is water, fire. What is it? It is water behaving like fire, the dark essence. And then the Queen of Cups, right? Oh shit, the Queen of Wands would be the dark essence of fire behaving like water. So they are practically similar, but still not the same person. So while the Knight of the Queen of Wands is the clairvoyant in the best clairvoyant in the game, right? And Knight of Cups is the best love offer in the game. So naturally, since since Knight of Cups, she shares some things with the Queen of Wands. The reverse would also be true for the reversals, right? So that must mean that the one who is not intuitive is a karmic, and that's why the Knight of Cups reversed is one of the two karmics, right? Because I always see it like this: a Queen of Wands reversed will be somebody hating on the astrology, somebody hating on divination, somebody hating on soul tribes and shit. She is also here, Here you can see divination, soul tribes, astrology, all of this shit. You can see it in the card. Inspirations, growth, such things. She's like the rainbow, so she is inspirational to all. Okay, so we could have Knight of Cups, maybe, but then I got through it and seen this is not this card, so I got to go to the next one, and I only got some Knight of Swords. So we have Knight of Swords, the dark essence of, and Knight of Swords is the main character, the best main character in the game. The reverse Knight of Swords, we already know, is the antagonist. So now we know that the reverse Knight of Cups is the worst love offer in the game, and a karmic, and the karmic, Knight of Swords reversed. The essence of air behaving as fire, such as a tornado going inward, in against you, or a flurry of things that tries to stab you, right? As opposed to what we got to the person. We made a personification of the Queen of Swords. Personification of Queen of Swords would be the Queen in chess, because she's the best strategist in the game. And then we got I got the Knight of Swords. It's like bear with me, the Gum Tornado from One Piece, because that's just a flurry of fists that's unstoppable and main character energy. That flurry of fists could go inward, because they on facade.com, which is where I get these elements about the person cards from, and the dark element of them, has both the King of Wands and the Knight of Swords, fire, air, and air, fire. One of them is like a tornado, and it's like a tornado both when they are upright and reversed, and one is like a lightning bolt, both when they're upright and reversed. So I'm just saying, okay, let's let that one, the reversed one, be when it goes inward, and the upright one when it goes outward. It can be beautiful to watch a tornado take on your enemies. It can also be beautiful to watch a lightning in the sky, just as long as it doesn't hit you, right? Thunder can be inspiring, like the King of Wands is. So the antagonist here, Knight of Swords reversed, dark essence of fire behaving like tornado, inward tornado, or hail, which is windy molecules freezing and forming exhausting destructive element. The antagonist knows in cahoots with annoying people and tactless. Okay. Description: a merciless and skillful warrior, unfettered by emotion or consequence, an annihilist who can refuse not even the most insurmountable of challenges, a person inspiring fear and hate through their domineering presence and power thereof, speaking without tact and tolerance in a sarcastic manner, may portend the swift initiation or conclusion of conflict through the through the calamity of invocation of force, whatever, right? Through the calamitous invocation of force, okay? But I already want that card to be Torment of Hailfire, where in the flavor text it says your God Pharaoh has returned. Torment of Hailfire, like I told you, fire and hail, a pretty good description. So back to what I already have decided on. This is going to become King of Swords reversed. The corrupt law person, or the it's called forbryder in Danish. The lawbreaker, right? Because you can see he has chains on, comes up. There are these chains. Maybe I can zoom in a bit. Neither zoom in, no, nothing. But it's pretty apparent why. Because he looks like a sheriff that's about to run. He looks like a corrupt sheriff. So it's gonna be King of Swords reversed, because I already needed a King of Swords reversed last time. I had one which was called Demotion, and it was a king's crown being placed like this, and it was called Demotion. So now we have the Demotion card. It's now called Collective Defiance. It was almost complete back in the day, but I lost the whole deck. It's not so long ago though. And then I went to prison. So that was a nice to spend 6 months. But what you have it? I'm still kind of freedom dropped, but not in the same way. Let's see here. Okay, always nice to see the guess what came after the Fool? The Magician and the Tower. Okay, so what I was about to say is 2 seconds. We have a lot of cards that are decided, because there's a card that's basically called Smear Campaign. It's called what's called Defamation Campaign. But disinformation campaign, I think so. That was going to be the night of the Page of Swords reversed, because Page of Swords is online. You know, if Page of Swords is the best online. Page of Swords is defamation campaign, and we decide this together in this video as well as just the other one, because in a way the essence of fire, the essence of swords behaving as pages, that would be wind behaving as earth, right? Was that something about gravity? Was that something about wind behaves like earth? So for example, Wi-Fi is in the wind, right? And it manifests into your phone, so you can then manifest into a library here, right? You have the fire, you have the wind that manifests into something physical, into a physical library that becomes something physical. Also gravity, right? Page of Swords is automatically going to be always something about the internet and the North Node, because Rabu North Node is what is it? It is online communication. It is before it was television, broadcasting. Now it's broadcasting your own ideas, like we are doing here on YouTube, right? So, and then also, page of swords is the person who gets to the bottom of things. Pages, they are tens. So give the wheel of fortune a sword, and it becomes a sawmill, going down into going to the bottom of things, right? That's just the idea. That's the idea of it. And reversed, it would be a smear campaign. Page of Swords is good at figuring stuff out and going to the internet and all that shit, right? Page of Swords reversed is good at spreading rumors. So it's called disinformation campaign. The smear campaign card is the Page of Swords reversed. So now there's no doubt about that, because I'm a total fake designer. And I have these with me. These here. That y'all might help think from somewhere in time into this timeless reading or whatever. When I've decided on the lighting here. You know what these are? Multidimensional plastic. They tend to show all kinds of things, but it can be hard to. They haven't activated so much yet, but I'd like you guys to help me activate it. Not to help me activate it, but maybe you can help me. Maybe you can help the reading a little bit by thinking whatever you're going to think. And maybe something will be brought up on these here. If we see something, I don't know, maybe the lighting is good enough, maybe not, it doesn't matter. But they haven't really activated yet, these ones. I have a bunch of them, right? It's multi-dimensional plastic, as I stated. As you can see, I have a bunch of them. Look like this. They're really cool. They tend to read the universe's thoughts, so I can be good at it too. But it depends, is there something or not? But now we're gonna do a life path reading. You all should know this one. You all need to really learn this one. I think it says in the description about this being a kind of a collective, right? Of course, it's always collective. Timeless and collective and all that shit. So first we're gonna pull some cards. Let's see if I'm as rusty in it as I think I am. Probably I probably am. But it's alright. I used to be a genius at this stuff anyway. Just feel rusty. Can't sit still these days. All those sorts of things. Which one do we have? This one had some edge to it. Maybe this is the one. It might change. I'm seeing some Sagittarius energy, nah, some Aries energy from here. And bear with me, this one is gonna change. Can you see it? Can you see his jawline? This is you guys. You help me think it from the future till now changing. I don't know, it's gonna be a little side story for you guys. And I can see now he hold a gun or something, right? You guys decide that. I've been a little bit like, because I'm obsessed about them, but I haven't really been able to see them activate yet, because I haven't really got the angle to where I can look at them right. But they're on Temu. They're on Temu. I have heard rumors that isn't like a piece of these would be in some time in the future 4,000 kroner worth, and that's like $500. $500 worth for one piece. Right now they cost like in dollars. It probably cost $18 for 100 pieces. So, you know, the superficial thing about it, superficial, but they have different things to say. All the matter how the way you are turning them. I just know that one had something to say. That one is with the gold bag that I did. This one is going to be my interdimensional cable. I have two of those. I have this one too. It really worked that way. It did. And I'm gonna get a haircut soon. Let's see, this is the dirty one, where I charge it with some dirty energy, like with cigarettes and this pen right here. I also painted this with the old filthy cigarette tobacco in it and all that. I have rinsed it, of course. Of course, I've rinsed it. This one is CBD hashish. This one is gonna work. This one is going to work, no matter what. I haven't had nothing else and none of the others. So maybe we should check this one. We're gonna have this one there, and I also have the silver one. This is not charged nearly enough yet, I think. But I just have it there, and a sideways interdimensional cable thing here, and let's put this one here sideways. So we have a little thing going on in the foreground. Then now, just starting with some cards. It's not gonna be so hard. We're already 20. Oh my God! Angelic Master 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Yeah, this is Angelic Master. By the way, I don't know, did I say that at the beginning? I'm so clumsy. Let's pull a few cards out. We have the Chariot, Queen of Cups, Page of Swords, Four of Cups, Knight of Cups, Seven of Wands, the Moon, King of Cups, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, okay, first and foremost, you're being represented by a person that is, first we have the Chariot coming out, so there's discipline in the reading. Because there's also the Moon with the hidden things, and there's mostly, we have boredom, what else? Okay, I have interesting things to say. We have valor, we have boredom, we have dangerous times, but and we have your discipline. And as you can see on the chariot here, he uses both. But in this depiction, you can see him point towards the white one a bit. So I'm still sensing I'm sensing good opportunity from this reading, even though you have valor, which is also one of the better no cards. And then it's only boredom, and it's only the moon. The moon can also be beautiful, even though it is a dangerous card. It is a no card. But you have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups representing you. It goes Queen of Cups, Page of Swords, Knight of Cups, and King of Cups. So Queen of Cups and King of Cups is you. So you're represented by this water, and water, wind, and you're represented by the same suit here, both the masculine and feminine energy. You guys are balanced in a good way, just like this first card in the spread says. And as you can see, his staff is pointing toward the lighter one. So I'm thinking the white wolf is the one who you are feeding, even though you have to feed both of them, right? You have in your immediate circle, you have the people who are of the internet, people who are great at communicating, people who gets to the bottom of things, people who have others in their background, people who can network. You have a guy or girl. This is a guy that most likely it's just energies. It's feminine, it's masculine energy with networking in their back pocket, so to say. So this can also be why some of the boring stuff is like it is, because it's got to start somewhere. But you also can have followers. You can have followers, but your followers don't mean nothing if you don't have any luck, right? But that doesn't mean. But always the second court card is someone you depend on, right? Second court card, you depend on this person, and that's always like this in my reads. Let's see how we're gonna get this to work and sit on it. Come on, away with this. No more bullshit. Because you're brought up in an environment that is the best environment to learn about the best love offer. The best environment to learn about love and being a good spouse is something you were brought up in. But at the same time, you have this here. This one is infidelity. This one is having to stand up for your own words. So, and let this be a short collective message, okay? There's need to be disciplinary. Also look at, I don't know if it's gonna help, but look at the fish that the Page of Cups gave. When there's the Knight of Cups to the Queen of Cups with, it's golden in the after tarot. It's a goldfish. Like not even a goldfish, it's a gilded fish. Now we're gonna do a life path. And the life path is something, it's not what it sounds like, okay? I don't know if you guys have seen anything on these. Probably not. But also when they keep fucking it, changing how they're gonna stand. Thank you. The life path is gonna be you think about a person. It could be yourself. It could be a group. It could be a group that you are involved with. It could be a group that you are hating. Okay? As you think about this, I'm gonna put out, and until then, let me Bible it a little bit for you. Isn't this great? Let's see here. I'm such a great guy. You know, with the gangsters and all that. See? With all the gangster shit. Now, but look. There's something I'm needing to talk about here. It's an issue in Denmark that's been around. So I had to write this. Okay? Resonance. The return of synth. This is my depiction of resonance. I wrote this when I was in prison, okay? The return of synth vibrations, like sound, so that a response can be observed, such as an echo. Resonance can be useful in communication at distances where you want a tower to respond in mechanism to the recipient, or in navigation systems or methods, for instance, natural to the bed. Button slang, to have a topic of conversation ring true with you, to find an assessment based on your understanding of the topic at hand agreeable, often used in fortune-telling communities. Page 98, 99, whatever, right? Incorrect slang. Several ways of incorrect use of the word resonate has been found following the age of Aquarius, set of boom in spiritual movements and communities, particularly in the spiritual war, often Denmark, where the opposition to this movement has used it to resemble as many words as possible as to ridicule and confuse about the spiritual movement. Words incorrectly coded resonate includes in Danish interesting, manifest, telepathy, teleportation, update, synchronize, relate, near study, to masturbate, to agree, to like, love, not to believe, like, love. To like, love, or not to believe, not to affirm, or to affirm, or and raise on. Then there is something I've just wrongfully named goose resonation, the act of incorrectly using the word in slang form, claiming it to equate to wishing something to be true to you, deserving it, or even blatantly believing or insisting it to magically be the sudden new reality. Example 1, I think she's pretty better resonate myself into her path so it isn't called rape, right? For better word, right? Example 2, I wish it were me that had that individual support. Better make it better. If I say to myself it resonates, I can make it magic of bringing it in everyone else's mind true, thereby having mastered the power of conviction. Okay, and unlike goose resonance, correctly using the word with modern slang equates to something like a spoken rumor you know to be true. Many people who speak a rumor about an unnamed person's secret you to know to be true about you will resonate. You can't make all rumors heard about others magically be your truth. Thinking you can own it, that's about the sermon, right? Thinking you can own the cool ones you hear and bend reality from words spoken mouth to mouth is goosely resonating your truth. Don't worry about the goose. It's just because there was something fun about it. It's an internal joke why it's a goose. Resonance impact strength. This is the important part. With slang term resonance impact strength, such as that with divination, usually the instant you can be most convinced about without lying to yourself applies. While that is naturally self-taught, when mastering fortune telling, clear conviction still gets misjudged, and even in these circles, the rule of thumb is, when you hear advice or rumors, the ones to resonate clearly should be based on the most trustworthy sources plus inner validation. A common mistake is to not believe a truth that sounds scarier and more offensive, so you start seeking other answers. Good learning can also be applied here. Good learning can also be applied here. Having mastered divination, you might begin to come up with new ways of using divination and seeing your own and others' life path once and for all. For instance, so when teaching this to rookies, they can check yours, but it will be their view of you and seen as such by you, depending on your respect for the individual and potential, seeing them as a fortune teller, and if re-evaluating yourself as a current is something you might find realistically approved. Whatever the last word. Re-evaluating yourself as a querent, yes or no, right? So when you see this, it's gonna be: do you respect me as a reader enough to see it? My cards wouldn't lie, that's for sure. So this is something life path thing you should try out, guys. As Alice would say, my light workers and my healers out there, guys, you should try to learn this. Okay, so we have the magician. This is going to be the magician reading. Okay, so the next piece is the devil, or is the strength going to be the next? Which one is going to be the next? Is that going to be because we have the magician, the strength, and the devil reading. This is the magician, devil, the magician, strength, devil, life path. So which one is going to come out first? Can't rush it though. I love the magician's life path. That one is cool. We can see it's the devil. Okay, so the devil is the next. So let me just go ahead and find the last one. Was that the strength? This one is here. Okay. So you can see this is how I do a life path. You have the magician, the strength, and the devil, right? If it goes the right way, then the magician has to implement strength in order to implement devil, because the magician has to bend laws of the universe. You can't do that without being contracted to something by the devil, unless you are good to animals and to yourself. And doesn't lose hope in yourself. You have to know what you're doing, right? You have to be confident. So if you're not confident, then you can't make a contract with the devil in order to be okay without him haunting you for it, right? But this time it is the reverse way, since the devil, it goes from, if you are this is a person who are the magician and should never go through this strength part, this lost part, all that shit. You have to be good to others, of course, but you should not just begin to. If you begin to sometimes not doubt yourself. Sometimes you have to go through your weaknesses, learn from your weakness. You have to learn from your weakness, you know. never do anything to an animal. Don't go near them either. Don't try to. There's probably people who can't really relate to animals. Maybe it's a karmic group that's not good with animals, and maybe they would be bitten by snakes or something. And in retaliation, they might right reflexively come to kill that snake. That will bring them so immense karma that the devil would hunt their ass anyway. Okay. Also about lust, and I'm especially thinking about infidelity when it comes to the lust card and with the devil card here. You would end up making someone pregnant that you would have to be bound with. Okay. So you have to be careful for this group. This is not collective. This is for the group you were thinking about. My collective thinks about this as an advice to who is this going to pretend to. There's a main difference. This is not you. This is not you. This is who you thought about. Maybe you thought about yourself, but that's okay. Maybe you thought about me, but I can rely on you as a reliable source or not. Maybe reevaluate if this is my reading or if it's your reading. If you guys thought about me, but I decided that myself, right? But with that being said, this day is done. Let's call it a day. And I've been missing you guys, and see you soon.